welcome back to my channel. I'm Sil Curiati and this is a story by Sil Curiati. Here, you get some tips and tricks to become a great storyteller or to improve your skills. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel, share the videos, hit the like button and hit the bell to get the notifications. In this series, I'm talking about what not to do when all people want is to hear a good story. If you did not watch the previous videos, go back to the playlist and take a look. Today, I'm going to talk about something that's much more related to us women than to men. I'm sorry if you do not feel included. I'm going to talk about apologizing. I'm certainly one of these people who apologizes for almost everything. If I bump into someone on the street, for example, instead of saying excuse me, I have the bad habit of saying I'm sorry. And I say bad habit because if you pay attention, most people, especially men, say excuse me, which is perfectly polite. But I say I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry countless times, apologizing for my broken English or for my accent, worrying that people wouldn't understand me. Apologizing is gender-driven, but it's also cultural. Latin women tend to apologize a lot, for example. I identify as a Latina. I know not all Brazilians do, but I do, and I'm proud to say that. And I know that in my culture, it's common to see women apologizing, saying I'm sorry for everything. And when we have the intersection between being a woman and a Latina, it potentializes the effect, right? We apologize double, triple, I don't know. And I hate that, don't you? And if we think about it, we apologize for the most stupid reasons. We apologize for forgetting the lines in a presentation, for example. Nobody knows that you forgot the lines. We apologize for being like 2 minutes late. I'm not saying that you should not acknowledge that you're late, but you don't need to be sorry about everything. Unless it's your fault. Unless you've done something that harmed someone. I wouldn't say this is a problem of our culture. It is normal in certain cultures like the Latin or the Asian to connect being humble to being sorry, being apologetical. And it is fine. But in a global world where we connect with different cultures, if we keep apologizing that much, we're just lowering the bar. It's absolutely unnecessary. None of us need to ask to be excused more than a straight white man. And if he never asks to be excused, it means that you asking once is already too much. I must confess, I'm still working on this one. Every time I say I'm sorry, I kind of think to myself, should I be sorry? Did I do something wrong? Why am I putting myself in this position? And I know we are talking here about presentations. Why is this important in that context? Basically, because a lot of things can happen while you're on stage or leading a meeting. Maybe technology fails. Are you going to say, I'm sorry for the technology? Maybe people will be talking while we want to start your presentation. And then you're going to go, oh, I'm sorry, let's begin. No, right? Maybe you'll drop your pen or your mic or your clicker. Are you going to be sorry? Sometimes when we say we are sorry, we are just drawing the attention to something that we don't really want people to pay attention to. And that's the bad part of it. You know, there is a lesson I learned from a coach that I had who became a dear friend of mine. She told me the coffee stain story. And the coffee stain story is about this wonderful executive woman who was preparing to go up on stage to speak. Minutes before, she spilled her coffee on her white shirt. Now, we're talking about a big stage here, right? It was, I don't know, 1,000 people watching her, 5,000 people watching her. I don't know. But the fact is, she went up on stage. And the first thing that she did to all these people who were waiting to hear her, respecting her, loving her for being there, was, I'm so sorry, I spilled coffee on my shirt. Automatically, all the eyes were down to her shirt. And even if they were not, for the entire presentation, people were trying to find the stain on her shirt, which is absolutely unimportant. She missed the opportunity to build real and true connection with people by just doing what she had to do on stage. Instead, she attracted all the eyes to something that she did not want to show. So being sorry can have this effect, and we don't want that. So the next time you feel like saying, I'm sorry, first think again and reflect if you're really sorry, if it's something that you should apologize for. If it is, can it be replaced with excuse me instead? If it can, go ahead and say, excuse me. Otherwise, just say something else. Just laugh at what happened. Or even ignore it. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be sorry for being who you are and for doing what you're doing. If you like this content, share with someone, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back again. I'll see you soon. Bye.